the shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And I have questions. Here it is, and we're going to focus on this area up here. We're going to see him walk into that doorway. So here we go. He walks in, nonchalant. You're going to see a canine officer come in, and the dog follows him into that room. And then you'll see him pull back the dog, and then it looks like they have a conversation. Looks like he's talking to him there. And he's finally going to turn away, and literally seconds later, he comes out armed with the shotgun. A couple things noteworthy. First, what's in his hands? I see nothing. I certainly don't see a long shotgun in his hands as he walks in there. Doesn't look like his jacket is big enough to hide it if it's in pieces. And then he had time to assemble it while this guy's literally staring through the doorway? Because I didn't see anything in his hands. This guy's just kind of chilling there. And then it's the moment he turns, he comes out with it fully assembled. And look at the size of this thing. Was that on him? Or had he stashed that there prior? And if so, how was that missed? How did no one find a firearm stashed in a room right next to security? Moving on, he will exit. He'll come sprinting through here, and you're going to see this guy fired multiple shots. There you go. There's at least 3 there. As everybody just kind of scatters and seems confused. It's worth noting, this guy walked into a room right there, seemed to be being watched almost the whole time he was in that room, and yet somehow got his hands on a shotgun, then sprinted through here, and all of these guys missed him. None of them were paying attention except for this one officer, who then proceeds to miss him at close range. At one point, this guy's basically standing in front of him. I understand he's running, but he missed him with every shot. And also, never see his firearm go off. I don't see him shooting at him. He points toward him. But, I mean, a shotgun, even if there isn't a muzzle flash, it puts out a lot of energy when it's fired, and I don't see a shot go off. And last but certainly not least, that was not the first footage we got, remember? We initially got this super low-res garbage footage of that incident happening. Then we got a higher-res version in between this version we have now that was clearly AI slop. We knew it was AI slop because, like, that paper disappears into his chest, that paper seeming to be the metal detector, but also nothing in his hands. He's not armed in the original one we got. He's armed in the new one. And you can see this is clearly the same footage by matching what the people are doing. Also in that version, this agent is looking in a different direction and wearing a hat. See what I mean? He has a baseball cap on and he's looking the wrong way. My question is, why did we get this version? We were always going to get this in some way, shape, or form. They're always going to release this. Why did they make an AI version? And then if they're willing to make one AI version, how do we know they didn't make more than one AI version? Which then begs the question, which is real? Is him with nothing in his hands real? Or is him with the shotgun in his hands real? Is no metal detector real? Or is metal detector real? My takeaway from this is this administration is way too comfortable utilizing AI. And this just raises more questions about how inept everything had to be if this is a legitimate threat and this guy was on his own and this was not a setup, for this to have all played out this way based on what we can see with our own eyeballs. Yeah, they released
Shalom. We're back with another lesson. This is Brother Azaria from the GMS New Orleans camp. But before I get started, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechah HaKodash, to the apostle and elder of Great Millstone who rule well. I'd like to give double honor. Shalom to the 144,000, to the 1/3, to the hopeful elect. Shalom. Here with a lesson, I'm going to call Esau's wisdom is rotten and worm eaten. And we seen this guy in the video break down the CC footage of what happened supposedly at the Washington dinner. As he breaks it down, he shows how the man went into the room for a while, was able to assemble a gun, get ready, then come running out. Nobody presses him. One guy shoots at him. I mean, like he said, he was close enough to spit on him. But yet, some kind of way, he missed all his shots, and everybody else was ducking and afraid. I mean, you got to understand, these are security men, what they call them, Secret Service men, police officers, people who's supposed to be trained for situations like these, yet they stumble around like fools and idiots. But As the man said, both the videos can be CGI. So we're seeing the wisdom of Edom being totally exposed by Yahweh Shema Shai by using his men, the prophet, and by using just regular everyday folks to expose Esau, to expose his lies, to expose his tricks that he's been using for years, but now no longer have the power that they used to have to be able to sway people to get behind them, because everybody knows, like, man, that's just fake. I remember when this first came out, everybody like, man, this fake. That was staged. That's not real. And that's because Yahweh Shema Shai had exposed Esau, had ripped open all that dark magic he used to use to convince the people to do believe what they done. I mean, take 911 for instance, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm gonna start here first. This is Isaiah 47, verse 1 through 3. You know, this Isaiah 47. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no more throne, O daughter of the Chaldean. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstone, grind the mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. And that's what's going on. We're seeing the shame of the rulership of Babylon the Great being exposed. How this man literally broke down all the faults in the videos, how he broke down the AI in the other video and made a great point about even the new one, showing how sloppy Esau Edom has gotten, how the wisdom that they used to have no longer is working. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. And it's the will of Yahweh Shema Shai that these people be exposed, that Babylon the Great no longer can hide themselves behind the lies that they try to create. Like this man coming into the Washington dinner with all these weapons. As you just seen, the videos they created was utter trash because it just doesn't make sense, man. How are you Secret Service policeman with a police dog staring at the door? You just seen a man go in and just never come out. You never check and see if he was all right or what was going on in there. You stand there, look at the door like an idiot. Then I guess somebody told you to get away from there, whatever happened. Then you turn around and leave. If you were a protector, you supposed to went in and checked on that. Why is he taking so long? This should have never came up out of that room. But like the men of the Lord been telling you, this is one of Esau Edom's trick. One of his schemes to try to make Trump look like a martyr again, like he did during his presidency when he supposedly got shot in the ear. That's what they're doing. They're trying to make him another martyr. Like people are coming after him, but nobody's coming after him. And people see it now. It's staged. Nobody's crying except those MAGAs, those people still that believe in MAGA. But nobody really believes this stunt. They all laughing at it. This video has become a comedy thing for the internet. Because as you can see, people are exposing all the things that are wrong with it. And now, because Yahweh Shema Shai is against Esau Edom, none of his tricks work. His wisdom is no longer functioning how it used to. Those schemes he used to do is no longer hitting like they used to. So the Lord is using his men, but also other Edomites, as we've seen in this video, to expose the main cast of Esau and the thing that they're trying to do. But we know that too was also the Lord's will that happened. This is Psalm 64, Salakia, and 8. So they shall make their own tongues fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's happening. Edomites telling on Edomites, man. Their own tongue is falling upon them. They no longer back their rulers. They no longer back the people of their tribes when they put out foolishness like this. Because now, those Edomites who used to enjoy privileges no longer have that privilege. So if they no longer have it, guess what they're doing? They're going to expose everyone else. Like, hey, if I can't do it, then ain't nobody else. So you are seeing more and more videos like this where Edomites are breaking down the problems, breaking down the lies, breaking down the wickedness of their own people, man. And this not the only video of this of an Edomite breaking down this video. There's some that's breaking down that lie about the so-called blacks, who's 13% of the population, as they number says, do 54% of the crime. There's Edomites that done broken down all the statistics of violent crimes and crimes in general are done mostly by the so-called white man. But that's their wisdom being taken away by Yahweh Bashim Shai. That they're being exposed, that they're being laid bare, that Yahweh Bashim Shai is ripping that away from them. All right, we're going to go here. Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus said the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more in Teman? Question mark. Is the counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Yeah. There's no more wisdom left because it's Yahweh Bashim Shai who's taking it from them, man. So these little videos like this that we're seeing, just people breaking it down and it's getting out, it shows you just how bad the wisdom has left Teman. How bad it done perished from the prudent, that is no longer there. It's the will of Yahweh Bashim Shai that these things have to happen. He's taking their wisdom away, so they're being exposed. Like it says in their Isaiah 47, yeah. To expose them, the Lord is taking their wisdom away. Now they'll just put out any kind of thing and hope people believe it, because there is no way they thought that was it. There's no way they thought the video that they put out was gonna get people to believe that this was the situation that they described that happened during that incident. It's utter trash, man. It's utter trash that these people sit here and put this kind of stuff out. I mean, they last greatest hoax, and they weren't even that great, was the, like I said, 911. And other brothers as well have said that. That was their last greatest thing. But also, you got to think, during that time, the internet was not a big thing. I remember that when I was in high school, man. I think my sophomore year in high school when that happened. So the internet wasn't a big thing like it is now. There was people out there, whistleblowers, other Edomites were like, yeah, this is an inside job. Or they broke it down. But it was because it happened before technology was really out there, like you see TikTok and other things where people can get that information out there quickly. A lot of people still believe in that, even to today, that happened. So that was their last great shot of wisdom. But now that Yahweh Bashim Shai is exposing them, that he's no longer letting those left-sided angels and demons help them, that wisdom that they had vanished. It's no longer there. But let me get this in another translation. I'm going to get it in a message. I was looking at that earlier. Let's see. All right. This is the message of God, of the angels armies on Edom. Is there nobody wise left in famous Teman? Yes. Is there no more wise man left in Babylon the Great? No, man. Because we know Teman was a city of Edom. No one with the sense of reality has their wisdom gone wormy and rotten. See? And that's what happened. The Lord asked him the question, but he already know. Yeah, that there is no more wisdom here. And if you know if something is wormy and rotten, meaning it's no good. And that's what that video was, man. It was no good, man. But it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Hawashad that their wisdom is rotting away, that is being torn from them, and from anybody that even believed the bullshit that they were doing. Salaki, man. Go here. Going back to the Isaiah 47:13. Thou art weary in thy multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from the things that shall come upon thee. But we know they can't save them. And we're seeing it with videos like this. You got all these people counseling you, telling you maybe we should do this, or we can do that, or we can use AI to solve problems. But guess what? None of that's going to work because there's no more wisdom. You're putting out bad AIs, and people are calling you out on it. They're seeing the certain differences in certain things, and people are watching. Your magic, your enchantment, none of that's working on the people anymore because Yahweh Bashim Hawashah stands in front of you. You're weary, as the scriptures say. And we know that word weary go into tired. You're tired in the multitude of thy counsel. So y'all just taking anything and everything. And it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Hawashah that this happened. We're going to get this also in the message. The Lord be going in on the message on this version. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's start right here. But don't give up from your great repertoire of enhancement. Let's get that word repertoire. Repertoire, a stock. A repertoire is the full collection of skill, techniques, or works a person or group can perform. Yeah, like I said, all those left hand magic, all that AI, all the other bullshit. They got a great repertoire of it, but none of it's working anymore. But don't give up. From your great repertoire of enchantments, there must be one you can have yet tried. You haven't yet tried. You've been at this a long time. Surely something will work, but we know nothing will work. I know you're exhausted trying out remedies, but don't give up. Call in the astrologers and stargazers. They're good at this. Surely they can work something up, but they can't, man. This was the best they can do. 2 bullshit ass AI videos that nobody believes is what truly happened. You're not gonna tell me, I don't know what, hallway or front part of a building full of security guards just let some random guy walk into a room and not check on him? Let him sit in there for a while, then run out with guns and knives supposedly? And one guy was close enough looking at him and couldn't put him down? This is the best they got. Nothing is going to work. Nothing is going to help because Yahweh Bashim Hawashah is the one who's destroying the wisdom out of this place and making them look bad. That's why we're going to end out here in Obadiah 1:8. Shall not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? Yeah, and it's the Lord that's doing it, man. He's destroying all the wisdom that was in this place. So now they're being totally exposed for doing sloppy work, rush together work. How you supposed to be the people with the highest IQ, but you put out the crappiest work, man, when you're trying to tell a lie? You can't even fool lies straight anymore. That's why no one believes you. That's why ultimately this place is going to be destroyed. Because they no longer have that wisdom that they used to have to get people to believe that they were righteous and they were being picked on. Slacky. But that's all I had to say on that, man. I hope this lesson edifying. I want to get all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.